So, wow. I mean, holy shit. Fuck, dude. Um, so there are 4 conferences today, so I figured break it off, Microsoft and EA and Sony, Ubisoft, whatever. Two apiece, that'll be fine. And then Microsoft just goes and blows the doors off of everything. Look, I'm just gonna quickly run over everything. There's Halo 5, KJ Inafune Metro Prime, practical compatibility, new controller, Fallout 4 has modding, EA Access, Dragon Age, and Titanfall, God of War 4 2, Forza 6, Dark Souls 3, The Division, Rainbow Six, gigantic, about 18, 19 indie games shown, Xbox Early Access, Rare Collection, Sea of Thieves, Fable Legends, Microsoft working with Valve, VR, Oculus, HoloLens, Gears Ultimate, Edition, public beta starts today, Gears 4. So, obviously I cannot do that because, look, I'm going to spend a huge amount of time just on Xbox. But again, I'm not a fanboy per se, but I am leagued with Sony. And the short version is because Xbox, they just have, I don't want to say broy, but they have the games have this feel of it's all very shooter and achievements, yeah, someone party, getting down. That's not who I am. I like PlayStation, where it's a little more RPGs, a little more action games, story, humor, stuff like that stuff. So I'm not usually just Xbox whatever, but I can't deny Xbox. They came out swinging. Now again, not all of those punches necessarily landed, but they definitely came out swinging. And before I talk about anything else, gotta give them props for that because after the always online and the family sharing, they could have just been dicks, but you know what? They said, you know what? No, we're gonna try. We're gonna come back and we're gonna change things. And the first example of that is Halo 4, or excuse me, 5. Again, not a Halo fan, so I'll be very brief. But yeah, so just first off, something I like is Nathan Fillion is in the game. I think he was in Reach, perhaps. I'm not sure. Either way, the thing I like is the characters take off the helmets, so you can see their faces. They look nice, and it gives the Halo universe more characters as opposed to the helmet, just Master Chief, whatever. Here you really get a sense for the people and the Spartans, and it's not just some random sci-fi war. There is a world and there's stakes and people have everything. It does look pretty. Again, I do like how you have these squads now, and it's not just like other teammates with you. It feels like a squad, so they comment, they have their own thoughts and opinions, and it does flush out Halo even more. And I think, again, it's not a huge leap, but it is a big enough leap for Halo that I'm like, oh, okay, this is something new. This isn't we've seen before. And besides that, the only other big thing they talked about was War Mode or Warbound, some mode, where it's basically 2 teams, and then there's a third team of AI, robots and whatever, and you have to fight all the people for the control of the map. And they said the maps are going to be roughly 4 times the size of an average Halo map. So I don't know how big that is, but I mean 4 times sounds bigger. So there you go. After that, there was a brief. I didn't write it down. I apologize. It was just KJ Inafune and some of the people who worked on Metro Prime Recore. It was a teaser. I don't want you to say. It looks okay. I didn't really do much. It was just a girl and a dog in the desert. Again, could be Fallout, could be so many other things. So it's a teaser. I'm not gonna go over that. They also briefly talked about backwards compatibility in the new controller. New controller has these things on the back. I don't know. If you are one of those hardcore, people who buy fighting sticks and driving wheels and all that stuff, I think you're gonna love it. There's gonna be tons of little stuff for, all the precision fighting, But as an average Joe, I'm just like, okay, cool, another controller. It's probably like $80 that I don't need to spend. But the big thing of that part was the backwards compatibility. Now again, I'm recording this about 30 minutes after the conference, give or take. So news is still slowly trickling out, so we'll know throughout the week or throughout the months. They just confirmed you can play your old games with the Xbox function, so you can say Xbox, record video, or Xbox take a picture, stuff like that. So that's awesome. But they didn't explain enough of it, because at first they were like, just pop your game disc in and it'll automatically work. But then they were saying stuff how certain games are not going to work until the holiday season, so I'm not quite sure, like, are you streaming it and you're just downloading it and then the disc is like authentication, or what? I'm not quite sure what this is, but in theory, just in basic principle, it sounds awesome, it sounds amazing. Again, we'll have to see more about what happens, but if it could, that's... Because again, I am a PlayStation fan, and PlayStation Now has been rocky. Let's be honest. It's it's very much like the Nintendo eShop. They're just slowly trickling stuff out, and they try to have a bigger deal. It's like God of War this month on PlayStation Now, and it's just like, well, okay, cool. So if they could get backward compatibility working as we all imagine it, and not this old bullshit, that's going to be a huge leg up for them. After that was EA. They just briefly came in and they talked about early access. First off, I thought they announced this, or this was already in practice. I thought there was a FIFA game or something, but they expanded upon it more. So not only do you get your EA games free every month, and all that, now they're offering players are going to be able to get games a couple of weeks early before the public. So there, if you really need to play FIFA 3, FIFA 2016, right before anybody else, you gotta have it. I need to kick that ball. There you go. They did not discuss pricing, so again, as your own discretion. But there was also saying how, what is it, Titanfall and Dragon Age Inquisition are coming in throughout the summer. So, look, I'm sure it's enough of a value for your money, but again, as someone who's not a big shooter and or sports fan, it's just, there's like, I don't know how much I would get out of it. But it is a good deal. They clearly are expanding now. They're trying to make it a better deal throughout the months. And they announced Garden Warfare 2. So, I mean, cute. Moving on. Forza 6. I have nothing to say about this game. It's Forza, whatever. I do love E3, and I just want to take a quick side tangent about... They lowered a car down, had the logo for about 30 seconds, and as the trailer's playing, lowered it up. And people are just going to be complaining, oh, this game's not 1080p, it's not 60 frames per second, it's bullshit, the online... And I'm just sitting here thinking, how much effort must have took to, like, get the car on the lift and maintain the cables, and how it didn't, like, drop on someone's head. Like, whoever that guy is, applause to the stage crew, because that could have gone south so fast. IGN or GameSpot or someone could have been crushed, and that would have ruined it right there. But again, so awesome car lifting technology, but the game, it's Forza. What else? They also did Dark Souls 3. conflicting reports. I heard some people saying it's Xbox exclusive. I don't think so. That was another problem with the show, is even things like I don't know. Well, just off the top of my head, let's just say excuse me, the Division, or Rainbow Six Siege, and just a lot of games they had like Xbox World Premiere or Xbox, first announcement. They use the word Xbox a lot, and that's caused a lot of confusion for people just right now, because a lot of people don't know what's exclusive, what's not. Is it timed exclusive? All that rigmarole. It's E3. This is a downside. Is the moment of watching E3, it's like, yeah, 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 and then it's like, okay, now what does that mean? It's like some saying, we're gonna give you cake and chocolate and pudding and all this stuff, and then it's like, oh, awesome, and then you talk to them, it's like, oh, no, 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 we were talking about once a month. You can't have cake every day. You get one cake a month. I do apologize. It's extremely unprofessional. I'm sitting in my living room. I have Spike TV on, just watching this as I reported. Extremely professional. My notes are a mess. So after that, Ubisoft came to briefly discuss the Division. I like the game. It's a cool concept. The multiplayer stuff is awesome. What is the game? It's been 3 E3s. We very roughly have an idea of what it is. We know it's a team-based multiplayer thing and this and that, but we don't know what exactly. Ubisoft's conference is coming up in a little bit, so I'm sure they'll expand upon it more, but it's just like, come on, it's been 3 years. You've pushed it to 2016. This is not the time to just go, oh, look at our pretty graphic and our pretty world. We need gameplay. We need stuff that is gonna, look, this year is already starting to feel like overblown, and this holiday season is just gonna drain us all. But you still need to explain, just give us more than, oh, it's another Division trailer. After that, they talked about Rainbow Six Siege, and if you buy it on Xbox One, you get Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 for free. Again, on the Xbox. See, they said it backwards compatibility, but I'm confused. So is it like a download? I don't know what's going on. But you get 3 games for the price of 1. I don't think they said they were going to upscale it. And anyone who's seen Rooster Teeth's gameplay, Let's Plays, will see it's getting a little old and a little dirty. And after that, they did the indie showcase. I lost count at about 18, 19, give or take. But there was a lot of indie games. Which, look, I'm going to be the voice of reason here. I like indie games, but the thing is, you can't really use them as a selling point anymore. You can't just say, oh, this is an independent game. It was made by one dude. Because we've played all these great games. We've played Retro City Rampage. We've played, Limbo and all this stuff. So you can't just say you're indie anymore and expect people to automatically buy your game. And as of the indie games released, like, there was Tacoma, the Gone Home guys, and Lesbians in Space, and then Cuphead. So 18 indie games, and I wrote down 2. Again, that's not to speak of the quality of the other games. I'm sure they're fun. I'm sure they're doing lots of other things. It's just, I don't think we're at a point we can just have obviously it's too kind of boosted up. Say, look at all these games coming, 18 new games coming to Xbox. But it's kind of like, okay, yeah, but look at all the games that came to the Atari, and not all of them were good. So, again, I'm not picking on indie games. I think we need to get a little better with the indie showcase and showcase games that are awesome and are, really pushing gaming, as opposed to just, oh, that's another Minecraft clone. After that, they did. Xbox is going to have. Well, first off, before we move on, Cuphead is Xbox exclusive. That's confirmed. We know that. I'm upset that Cuphead is the old timey, 30s Disney style looking cartoon. Uh, Enjoy, Xbox fans. I hate you all, you bastards. But yeah, I wish I could play. So please enjoy for me because I'm not gonna be able to. After that, they talked briefly just about Xbox games are going to have early access. Um, and again, after everything like Fallout with the mods and everything, honestly, it's not that surprising because these new consoles are basically PCs at this point. It's very close, a lot easier to develop for. Um, so again, I do. It's one of those things. It's awesome in principle, but I am like a little hesitant because it's not. Obviously, there's going to be a little more quality control, but still, it's a certain point of it's not just you get to play a free game. That's the thing everybody thinks. It's like you're playing a free game. No, you are beta testing. You are doing a job for free. Stuff they would pay people to do. You are doing for free. You're testing your game with the broken bug and the code, and you're falling through the floor. Um, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. They just assume early access is I get free stuff early. Um, so as long as it works, as long as they get good games, that shouldn't be a problem. Uh, let's see, Rare, Rare pulled the wool under our eyes because Rare came onto stage. They were like, "Hey, we've got a big announcement, big news. Rare collection, 30 games for $30. All the big ones like Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, all that stuff." At first, I was like, "Are you serious? This is their big announcement?" And they come out, and it's just the game they've been working on for all these months. Sea of Pirates, the pirate MMO. I mean, it looks awesome. It looks fun. They didn't really explain how in depth it is. Obviously, you're playing with other people, but I was joking with my brother as we was watching it. I would like to have a game where you can have someone swabbing the deck and someone like hoisting the main and another person like working the cannons. So it's probably not going to be that in depth, but for what it is, again, problem with E3, we see very little. We see these small vertical slices of things. So we could, once we know more, it could be good. Um, and near the end, it transitioned into them saying they work with Valve, VR, Oculus, and HoloLens. So clearly, Microsoft is banking on this technology. They're spreading it out, as opposed to Sony, which is developing their own technology. They obviously are taking kind of the middle ground where they want to support everybody, but they don't want to actually get involved themselves, which makes sense. It's a smart move. They allows them to be everywhere without having to develop stuff themselves. Here's the thing. It was cool to play, Minecraft on any wall, any surface. And it was cool when they did the table presentation and there was a flat table and then the world popped out and you could lift up the world to see the diamonds underneath, and that's just going to cheat the game because then you don't even have to look for diamonds. You're just like, oh, okay, oh, no diamonds here, no diamonds here, oh, diamonds here, okay, let's go there. For Minecraft, that's a horrible idea. But here's my thing. It is a good idea, but much with VR, you can't just put you're not going to put a shooter in that, open 3D world. You're not going to put an action game. You know what I mean? So, because VR, you can't just port a first-person shooter. You have to. It's a little more tricky than that. So, I'm just curious, like, how are they going to use this well? Don't get me wrong, it's impressive technology. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. But like, for example, I would not play Minecraft like that. The 3D world, it would just hurt my brain because I'm trying to mine a block and I'm looking down at this like a bird's eye view, and it's like, wait, okay, I need to put this here. So it's not good for Minecraft. But Obviously, Minecraft's a very easy game to demo with it because it doesn't have big graphics. And they ended it with Gears of War. They announced the collection. Some people came out last couple of days saying it was going to be the trilogy. No, it's just the first one. You get the public beta today if you sign up for a week. And then after that, they briefly teased Gears 4, which I'm sure is not the final title. But yeah, the thing I liked was the demo was very quiet, very dark, very scary, almost, and very serious. It had this very like ominous tone. Then near by the end, they had monsters attacking. You were chainsawing a gate, and people like trying to bite your arms off and all that stuff. So again, it looks to be more Gears, but it could be good. Again, it's not like Halo. It is Halo. It is Gears. You know what you're getting, but by the same token, I think they're obviously trying to bring it up. They're trying to take things more seriously. They're bringing it up to the next level, and I do applaud them for that. I do think that's awesome. And yes, that is my extremely long-winded, extremely exhausted recap of the Microsoft conference. And I think it goes to show that with EA and Ubisoft, let's be honest, I'll probably be able to do both of those in one video. The Smash Direct and the Bethesda, I was able to do in one video. But the Microsoft had so much stuff, so much going on, that it worthy of one video of its own. Now that being said, they didn't really do much to persuade me, like as a PlayStation and a Nintendo fan, to get an Xbox. There wasn't a lot of, if you're not a fan of the Xbox style and the Xbox tone, they didn't really do much to make you jump over. But for what they have there, it is, it's a good, they have enough. You will get your money's worth out of the console and out of these games and all that stuff. So yes, it is 3 o'clock. EA is up in an hour. I work tonight. Very briefly going into my personal life. I work nights. So tonight I am working at 11 p.m. Sony's press conference is at 9. EA's at 4. Ubisoft is at 6. I'm going to die. So, Microsoft really kicked things into high gear, and I thought they did awesome. So I will see you guys next time, where I will probably be half asleep, but it's E3, so you don't go on sleep during E3.